Hi, welcome, and I hope you're doing well. This video here I'll be doing a screen replacement on an iPhone 7 Plus. And as you can see that I have a cracked screen at the bottom, and some of the numbers are not working, like the 8, the 0. So I just wanted to show you step by step on how to do a screen replacement on this. First, you need to turn off the phone, and if your sensor doesn't work, that's okay, we will just disconnect the battery. So the first thing you need to do is to remove the 2 screws at the bottom. By the way, this is the new screen that I have, and I would replace this with a cracked screen. Alright, at this point here, go ahead and open up the phone. So you get a prying tool, stick it around. What you want to do is you want to cut the double-sided adhesive tape, and this tape here is actually like the waterproof or the dust cover for the phone. When you replace the phone with the new screen, you would not have the waterproof or the water resistant seal or the dust seal, so your phone would expose to dust and phone once you do the replacement. When you cut it open, so you expose the phone like this, you want to turn the phone to your right and hold the phone at 90-degree angle because we need to remove the plate. Alright, once you remove the plate, go ahead and remove the bracket, and as you can see, the battery is disconnected. So here is the battery. To disconnect the battery, you can get a plastic prying tool and go ahead and pry it open. So first you need to disconnect the battery. Second, go ahead and disconnect the screen LCD and the digitizer. You want to come back here, remove the 3 screws, and these 3 screws are for the camera and the speaker. Okay, go ahead and get a plastic prying tool, stick it underneath and pry open the cable. So now you have it, the screen is removed away from the phone. So the next step I'll be doing is to remove the back plate here. So go ahead and get the Y screwdriver. Remove the screws. We are transferring the back plate to the new screen. Alright, so the next step I'll be doing right now is to remove the bracket, and this bracket is the one that holds onto the home button. You want to be very gentle, do not break the cable. This cable here is very important, the home button, because it has your touch ID function on it. So you want to go underneath, slightly tilt and separate the double-sided tape. There's a tape here that holds onto the cable. And once you have the home button removed, put it on the side. The next step I'll be doing is to remove this Phillips screw at the bottom. And now we're going to work on the camera. The camera has a bracket that is holding on to, and it's running on the Phillips screw. The screws are not in the same sizes, so you want to be very careful not to mix the screws up. Once the bracket is removed, go ahead and remove the ear speaker. At this point here, this is a very careful steps. What you want to do is you try to go underneath to open up and separate this cable. Alright, so this cable here is the proximity sensor that sends. So you want to go underneath, tuck it, and slightly tilt to lift it up. At this point, you want to go in, get a prying tool. I like to go in and remove entirely, meaning that I try to stick it underneath this speaker here. And at the same time, you see that little 4 gold dots. You want to go underneath that cable, that gold dots, right? You want to go underneath, and then you want to lift it up entirely like that. So if I turn it around, you can see that you can remove this after, right? So this is the ear speaker cover. We do not need that on the new screen because it comes with it. This is the gold 4 dots I was talking about. You want to go in between and slowly separate them. It's actually double-sided tape onto this this front camera. Okay, let's put it on the side. Okay, so by now the back plate should be open. So you want to go and separate the back plate. Okay, so these are the 2 things that I just separated. Alright, so let's bring in the new screen here. So this is the new screen. Okay, so what I want to do, first thing is you want to slide a cable in. So have the cable, slide it in here, and then align the back plate, and then close it. Okay, so once you have that in the right place, I'll go ahead and put on the screw. There are 3 screws on this side, on the right side of the screen. Alright, that was a little bit challenging, but that's alright. You just got to open it up and screw it back on. Okay, so at this point, what I want to do is to work on the home button first, right? So you're gonna stick the home button from the front, go underneath. Okay, make sure you have the home button aligned and sit properly on that screw right here. And what you want to do is you want to tuck underneath this cable, right? So lift this thing up and then go down, so that the cable can connect back onto. Okay, just like that. It feels like a Lego. Once you have them in the right position, it will snap back on without any problem. Alright, we are done with the bottom part. Let's work on the camera. So the cable here, these little 4 gold dots, go ahead and align them so you can see the 2 dimple that stick out. Go ahead and make sure you align with the dimple. And here the proximity sensor, you want to have it in the right bracket. So get a feel of it, press it, and you feel like it snap onto that bracket. So make sure it sit flush. Okay, so if you feel like there's a little lump on it, that means it's not sitting correctly. So you need to adjust the connector to a point that you can feel like it's sitting flush. Okay, it has to be sitting flush on it. Okay, now it feels flush to me, meaning when you press on it, you can feel like it is in the right position, the right bracket. So it's flush and it's kind of sitting inside. Get the ear speaker. Go ahead and align with the dots where the screws are, and flip the camera over the speaker and it closes like this. Get the bracket, put it on top, and align and make sure you're holding it. While you're holding it, put the screws back on. I like to put 2 screws, one on each side. Once I have a feeling that it's locked down, now I can go ahead and lift up my finger and finish the rest of the screws. So you make sure that the screws that you put in is not pushing the bracket. And so it looks like this bracket is being pushed a little. Let me realign it back again. So I need to loosen up the screw halfway through, not all the way, but just halfway through it. And now I can put the screw back on. Okay, so that looks good. Come back here, screw it back in, and finish the rest of it. Okay, so at this point, go ahead and connect the cable, this camera cable. Alright, and then connect the LCD and this digitizer, and the battery is the last cable to connect. Once you have them all connected, what I like to do is just to power on first. Make sure that it powers on and make sure that it works before I put this bracket back on, the screws and all the brackets. Let me tilt at a certain angle. I try not to show the screen on the phone. I might get some text messages or something pop up. Just want to make sure that it's not there. Okay, so the phone is still booting up. Alright, as you can see, the phone boots up, and I just try to touch the screen. Yep, it's working. The 0 and the 8 wasn't working earlier. Now all the buttons are working. So which is good, and I hope you like the video, and make sure you put the bracket back on, okay, and all the screws. And once you have done that, the next step is just to align the top part here, align with the screen first, and then press it and close it down. Okay, so I hope you like the video. If you have any question, please comment below. Give me a thumbs up if if this video helps to fix your iPhone 7 Plus. I really appreciate for you watching the video and supporting it. I'll have the link in the description below where you can buy the screen and the tools you need for this repair. Until next time, please take care and good luck with your repair.